Welcome all the students. This is a lecture and theory class on the topic virginity, pregnancy and delivery. That is a very important topic regarding the medico-legal importance in the forensic medicine. What is virginity? Virginity, also known as virgo intacta. What is the definition? Virgin is a female who has not experienced sexual intercourse. Defloration, it means loss of virginity. It is usually accompanied by tear of hymen layer as it is torn in the first coitus, but not always, as it can be found intact in pregnant women, prostitutes, etc. What is the medico-legal importance of virginity? There is a cases of defamation, that means there will be bad reputation, creating the bad reputation, alleging the rape case, claims of nullity of marriage, divorce cases. Here, the medico-legal importance of virginity is important. What is marriage? Legally, marriage is contract between man and woman which implies physical union by coitus. Nullity of marriage. What is nullity of marriage? Marriage never existed as per law. When that is occurred, whenever there is a impotent, husband is impotent, and that will be nullify the marriage. Lunatics, any mentally retarded person or any psychological behavioral persons, mentally retarded especially, there will be no existence of marriage. Whenever there is a pregnancy, whenever the woman is underage or male is also underage, that will consider as nullity of marriage. And already married will consider as nullity of marriage. What is a divorce? Divorce means dissolution of previously valid marriage. When that occurs, adultery. What by adultery? There are extramarital affairs, usually unnatural sex practices, cruelty, incurable insanity and venereal diseases. In that cases, divorce, on that ground, divorce can be taken. Signs of virginity. We can find the signs of virginity, extragenital signs, especially in the breasts, and genital signs. Signs of virginity in the breast, that is a hemispherical, firm and rounded, small underdeveloped nipples, areola is pink or dark according to complexion. Before going to the genital signs in the virginity, we have to know the anatomy of the uterus vagina. Especially, you have to look for this, that is a cervix, vagina, also what is internal os, what is external os, you have to know before genital. That is a posterior commissure and fourchette is posterior to the hymen. You have to know also the what is the fossa navicularis, that is behind the hymen. Whenever there is a forceful rape, this can be tear down. Vagina is narrow and tight. Walls are approximate. Mucosa is rugose, reddish in color and sensitive to touch. Rugosity is not destroyed by one or few acts. It is removed by many acts and by first childbirth. It may be absent in even virgins. When the legs are held wide apart in lithotomy position, the vagina remains closed in virgins. What is hymen? Hymen is a thin fold of mucous membrane as shown in the figure. Thin fold of mucous membrane covering vaginal orifice about 1 millimeter thick. This is the hymen. What are the types of hymen? Hymen is not a particular type. There are different types of hymen: semilunar, annular, infantile, cribriform, vertical, septate, imperforate, carunculate, multiformis. See this annular hymen, separate hymen, cribriform hymen, and parus introitus is a different one. These are the different types of hymen. Many times there is a question in the theory, different types of hymen. You have to draw this diagram, that is annular, dentate, fimbriated, posterior lunar, anterior lunar, bifasciate, and septate and subseptate, cribriform, microperforate, imperforate. These are the some types of hymen you have to draw in examination whenever there is a question on the. What is the difference between virginity and defloration? Basic difference is the no experience of sexual intercourse in the virginity, you know, and in defloration have experience of sexual intercourse. What is the type of hymen here? Hymen in virginity is intact and in defloration torn except in the false virgin. We will see the false virgin. What is the false virgin again? What is the condition of the introitus? Does not admit more than tip of little finger, it is painful, and in defloration may admit 2 fingers, it is painless. Vagina in the virgin mark rugosity on wall, full length of finger cannot be admitted, and in the defloration rugosity diminishes, full length of the finger can be admitted. What is the type of fossa navicularis? That is the less conspicuous in the virginity and more conspicuous after sexual intercourse. And fortiety, that is intact in the virginity, and in the defloration that might be healed or tear. Labia minora in the virginity, that is a smaller pinkish covered with majora, and in the defloration labia minora is enlarged, pigmented, not covered by the labia majora. And what is the condition of labia majora? Thick, fleshy, both majora are in close opposition in the virgin, and in the defloration less fleshy, not in full opposition. Breasts smaller, firm, pinkish, smaller areola and small nipples. That is the finding in the virginity, and larger, flabby, pendulous, wider areola, large and raised nipple, that is found in the defloration. What is the false virgin? Hymen is intact, but the woman has had sexual intercourse. That means hymen is intact. That is a rare case or limited cases when the hymen is intact but the woman has had sexual intercourse. This is a very important questions in the viva, that is cause of rupture of hymen. What are the causes of rupture of hymen? Accident, you know, accidental mishaps with the vagina, that can be lead to the rupture of the hymen. Masturbation, you know. Ulcerations, any disease ulcerations of the vulva can lead to the rupture of the hymen. Scratching can rupture the hymen, and most common is the use of tampon. Use of tampon may cause a rupture of hymen. Surgical and gynecological examination can cause a rupture of hymen. And foreign body aptivirus. Aptivirus, that is testing of the girl before marriage by inserting in foreign bodies in the vagina, that is in the African communities, and that causes the rupture of hymen. These are the different causes of rupture of hymen. What is the medico-legal importance of the virginity? The presence of hymen is not an absolute proof of virginity, as it may not be ruptured even after repeated acts of coitus, carrying the property of hyperelasticity of the hymen, which prevents the distortion and allows the prolonged displacement of it. That means elastic hymen will not rupture easily, but the hymen is always present in virgins and very rarely it is congenitally absent. Principal signs of virginity are intact hymen, normal condition of falsity and posterior commissure, narrow vagina with rugose walls. These are the principal signs of the virginity. Now regarding the pregnancy. What is the definition of pregnancy? Pregnancy is the condition of having a developing embryo or fetus in the female when a ovum is fertilized by a spermatozoa. Childbirth usually occurs about 38 weeks after conception. In women who have a menstrual cycle of length of 4 weeks, that means 28 days. This is approximately 40 weeks from the start of the last normal menstrual period. That is last normal menstrual period. That means how many days are occurred? 280 days. What is the medico-legal importance of pregnancy? In civil cases, nullity of marriage, inheritance of property, that means property should be inherited to whom? Higher maintenance allowance in case of divorce, compensation cases in the courts, illegitimate baby, that means illegitimate baby cannot be inherited the father's property because he is not a biological father. Maternity leave, that is also medico-legal importance, and compensation case if allegations of pregnancy against unmarried woman or widow, that means compensation suit in the court. That is the medico-legal importance of pregnancy in the civil cases. And in the criminal cases, execution of death sentence. Whenever there is a execution of death sentence in the pregnant woman, cannot be give death sentence. Advantage during trial in court, she can be allowed to absent many times in the court on the ground of pregnancy. It is a positive proof in a trial of rape. Whenever there is a rape case is going on and the woman becomes pregnant, that is a positive proof in a trial of rape. An unmarried pregnant woman bring a charge of criminal breach of trust against a man, that is also important of pregnancy. Adultery, that is a extramarital affairs. The pregnancy, duration of pregnancy, that can be valued. In criminal abortion and to infanticide, the pregnancy, age of the pregnancy carries very important. motive for suicide or murder. That is a motive for suicide or murder in case of pregnancy. Now, what is the diagnosis? How we can diagnose the pregnancy? Signs of pregnancy in living. That is, we can divide these signs in three parts: presumptive signs, probable signs, and positive or conclusive signs of pregnancy. Presumptive signs, probable signs, and positive signs of pregnancy. What are the presumptive signs of pregnancy? Amenorrhea, morning sickness, changes in breasts, changes in the vagina, urinary disturbances, that means increased frequency of micturition, chloasma, that is the pigmentation around the face, quickening, that means there is a quickening movements of the fetus in the abdomen, linea nigra, these are the pigmentation of the abdomen, striae gravidarum, there are striae on the abdomen, and sympathetic changes, that means increased saliva or pica. Pica means perverted appetite and irritable temper. Perverted appetite, pregnant woman can like to eat mud and pencil, chalk, that is a pica, perverted appetite. Irritable temper. These are the presumptive signs of pregnancy. That is not definite signs of pregnancy. Changes in the breasts, breasts enlarge and nodular in the second month. Surface veins prominent. Areola enlarged, pigmented with prominent. Montgomery's tubercles that occurs in the second month. Nipples enlarged. Colostrum, that is from the third month of pregnancy, we can squeeze the nipple and we will found out the cheesy material coming out of the nipple, that is a colostrum. Changes in the vagina, Jacques-Marie sign or Chadwick sign, that is a violet or bluish discoloration of vaginal mucosa. See in the figure, such type of mucosa after 4 weeks of pregnancy we can see in the vagina. These are the changes in the vagina. Now, there is a linea nigra in a woman at 22 weeks of pregnancy. Linea nigra is that is a central pigmentation of the over the abdomen, fluttering movements of the baby in the abdomen. Breast changes as seen during pregnancy. Note the increase in size and darkening of the areola. That is the first trimester and third trimester. You can see the intensity, that is areola, its size is increased, but the pigmentation is also increased. And there is a pigmentation over the face, that is called melasma. Pigment changes to the face due to pregnancy. And you know, nausea, vomiting is also first sign of the pregnancy. These are the probable. These are the presumptive signs. Now we will look for the probable signs of the pregnancy. What are the probable signs? Enlargement of the abdomen, height of uterus, Palmer sign, regular rhythmic contractions of the uterus at 4th to 8th week of pregnancy. If you take the uterus in between the hands, you can feel the rhythmic contractions of the uterus, that is called Palmer sign. Regular rhythmic uterine contractions are felt during bimanual examination by the 4th to 8th week. These are the probable signs of pregnancy. Now you know height of the uterus, majorly that is the uterus becomes the abdominal organ at the 12 weeks of pregnancy. At the 16 weeks, that the fundus, height of the fundus is up to the umbilicus. Then that is at the age of 36 or 40, the height of the uterus touches the epigastria. These are the some different heights of the fundus. We can calculate the age of pregnancy. What is Hagar's sign? That is a bimanual examination at the 6th to 8th week of pregnancy. That means per vaginal examination, as shown in the figure. Firm and hard cervix. See in the figure, the cervix is firm and hard, and uterus is elastic. Isthmus soft, compressible area. Whenever there was no sonography in our days, we used to confirm the pregnancy by examinations, and by usually vaginal examination carries very important part, that is a Hagar sign. These are the probable signs continued in pregnancy. Braxton Hicks sign. What is Braxton Hicks sign? That is intermittent painless uterine contractions after 15 to 16 weeks of pregnancy. Ballotment, that is a very important finding. Internal and external ballotment. In the external ballotment, during the 4th and 5th month of pregnancy, you can place the two hands, that is front of the fetus and back of the fetus. You can push from one side of the hand to the baby, push the baby and push. Baby again hits the same hand. That is called ballotment, that is external ballotment. You can perform this ballotment test internally as shown in the figure, and you can push the uterus from the internal side, from the vaginal examination. Again that touches this finger. That is the internal ballotment. Uterine shuffle, that is the, you can with the stethoscope you can hear this uterine shuffle sounds of the placental circulation. Biological tests. Presence of gonadotropins in the pregnant woman's blood and their excretion in the urine. These are the probable signs of pregnancy, that is not confirmative signs. These are the immunological tests carried out in the pregnancy. Inhibition, that is indirect latex slide test, direct latex slide test, hemagglutination inhibition test, RIA test, ELISA test, we can carry it out in the pregnancy to confirm the pregnancy. Positive signs of pregnancy, that means there is a confirmatory signs of pregnancy, that is a pakka pregnancy, those signs that are definitely confirmed as pregnancy. What is the palpation of entire fetus? When you can handle the abdomen of the pregnant woman and you can palpate the entire fetus, if you are sure that I can palpate the entire fetus in my hand. Then second is the palpation of fetal movement, that is a very important palpation of the fetal movements, that is called quickening. Fetal heart sounds, that is the evidence voice, that is a stethoscope, you can, or fetoscope, you can hear the apertures, that is called fetal heart sounds. Whenever there are definite apertures you can feel, that means this is a positive sign of pregnancy. You can confirm that is a pregnancy with X-ray also, that is you can confirm the baby in the uterus. In the sonography you can make out. And test based on the presence of human chorionic gonadotropin, that is HCG, in the urine, we can examine this pregnancy test, whether that is positive or not. These are the positive signs of pregnancy. You can see here, these are the positive signs of pregnancy, that is on the X-ray, that is in the sonography, and you can elicit and palpate the abdomen for the evidence of fetus, and you can test urine for the urine pregnancy test. Signs of pregnancy in dead. Products of conception. Enlarged uterus, other uterine changes. Corpus luteum. What is pseudocyesis? Pseudocyesis is false pregnancy. That is also called spurious pregnancy. That is also called phantom pregnancy. And it is observed in near menopause or younger women. Most of the women suffer from psychological or hormonal disorders. So it is psychological condition of intense desire of pregnancy, mimicking all the subjective signs and symptoms up to labor pain without conception. That means this is a false pregnancy. Clinical examination when carried out on X-ray sonography will solve the problem. Posthumous child. It is a child born after the death of its father. Superfetation, that is a fertilization of a second womb in a woman who is already pregnant. Superfecundation, that is fecundation, that is a fertilization of the two ova in the same period by two separate acts of coitus committed at a short interval. Fetus papyraceus or fetus compressus. In twins, the dead fetus may be flattened by pressure of the other healthy fetus and may not be recognized. Now, what is legitimacy or paternity? That is a famous example of Dr. N.D. Tiwari. He was a former CM of UP and Central Minister, and that is his son. He actually filed a suit in the court that N.D. Tiwari is my biological father, and that suit is filed in 2008, and the result was declared in 2011 by DNA testing of Dr. N.D. Tiwari, and that was found that this Rajshekhar was his son, biological son, and he can legitimize, and that can paternity. That means N.D. Tiwari was proved as a paternity, and legitimacy is proved by this Shekhar. Legitimacy is the legal state of a person born in lawful marriage if a person is born during the continuance of legal marriage or within 280 days after the dissolution of marriage by divorce or death of a husband. Her birth is presumed to be legitimate. That means section 3, that is section 112 Indian Evidence Act. The child becomes illegitimate or bastard if it can be proved that the husband could not possibly be the father of child by suitable producing evidences, especially DNA. Now this is a legitimacy and a paternity, and that is a supposititious child, fictitious child cannot inherit property from the father because father is not biological father. What is atavism? The child does not resemble its parents but resembles its grandparents. This is due to inheritance of characteristics from remote instead of from immediate ancestors due to a chance of recombination of the genes. That is atavism. You can get the short note in the theory. Now coming to the delivery. What is the definition of delivery? That is the expulsion of products of conception from within the uterus at term. That is called delivery. Expulsion of products of conception from within the uterus at term. At term means that is 40 weeks of pregnancy. What is the forensic importance of delivery? That is in abortion cases, in infanticide, concealment of birth, legitimacy, divorce cases, chastity, Chastity is the royalty among the husband and wife. Blackmailing and fiend delivery. These are the forensic importance. What is the medical legal aspects? A widow can allege that she gave birth to an infant to inherit her husband. When a murdered newly born infant is found, a woman suspected to be its mother is examined for signs of recent delivery. When babies mix in maternity hospitals, the different mothers are examined to determine the time passed since delivery and compare this with the infant's age. Under section 312, voluntarily caused criminal abortion is liable for imprisonment up to 3 years. Under the section 314, if a pregnant woman dies from miscarriage by offender, he is liable to be imprisoned up to the 7 years. Under section 316, causing death of quick unborn child by any act amounts to culpable homicide and he can be punished up to 10 years of imprisonment. What are the signs of recent delivery in the living? That is the signs of recent delivery. General appearances of indisposition, that is the woman looks pale, exhausted and ill. Breasts enlarged, full, firm, tense. Darkening of areola. Prominent Montgomery's tubercles. Surface veins on the breast are prominent. Striae are seen in the abdomen. Colostrum can be squeezed out of from 2 to 3 days after delivery. These are the signs of recent delivery. In the abdomen, striae gravidarum, linea albicantis, linea nigra, and in external genital examinations, labia are tender, swollen, lacerated, fourchette is ruptured, perineum is lacerated, internal os begins to close within 24 hours, external os is patent, admitting 2 fingers initially and later 1 finger with difficulty at the end of a week. Vaginal discharge is known as lochia. That means that is a discharge from the vagina after delivery is called lochia and for 2 to 3 weeks. And during the first 4 to 5 days, the color of the lochia rubra, that is rubra, that is a red color discharge per vaginal discharge. During the next 4 days, per vaginal discharge is either lochia, that is called lochia serosa, that is pale or serous. After 9th day, lochia alba, that is yellowish grey or turbid. That means per vaginal discharge is different one. Signs of remote delivery in the living. Extent of signs depends upon the whether the woman is primiparous or multiparous. In breast pendulous, hyperpigmentation present, Montgomery's tubercles are present, striae are present, abdominal wall is lax, linea albicantis and linea nigra we can see on the abdomen. What are the remote delivery signs in the living? External genitalia, the labia are lax, vaginal rugae are lost, fourchette is lost, hymen carunculate maritiformis, os is nulliparous. In the nulliparous, what are the condition of the internal os and external os? Internal os is well defined and external os is rounded and orifice is closed. And os in multiparous, internal os is not well defined and external os is transverse, irregular and may admit a tip of finger, that is in the multi. Now signs of recent delivery in the dead, same as are found in the living. Additional findings are found in uterus and its appendages. Uterus is firm and returned to a permanent reduced size. Placental site can be identified by its dark color and coarse granular appearance and covered with blood clots, lymph and decidua. Ovaries and fallopian tubes are congested. Histopathological examination, trophoblastic cells and chorionic villi are present in the endometrium. These are the recent signs of delivery. One large corpus luteum is present in one ovary. Signs of remote in delivery in dead. Same as are found in remote delivery in the living. Additional findings are present in uterus and appendages. Uterus is concave upwards. Fundus is above the line of fallopian tube. Length of the body is twice the length of the cervix in the multiparous, and it is equal in the nulliparous. External os is enlarged, irregular and patulous, and admits the tip of finger. Internal os is not well defined. Arbor whitey, that is lost in the parous woman. See the difference between the nulliparous and parous. Size of the uterus in the nulliparous 7 cm, 5 cm, 2 cm. And the parous, that is the size of the uterus is more, 10 cm, 6 cm and 2.5 cm. Weight of the uterus round about the 40 grams in the nulliparous and 80 to 100 grams in the parous. Ratio between the body and cervix is equal in the nulliparous and 2:1 in the parous. So upper surface of the fundus less convex and more convex in the parous. Uterine cavity is convex and concave in the parous. Scar for placental attachment absent in the nulliparous, and that is present in the parous. External os, that is a round, and its external os in the parous is the transverse. Internal os circular, well defined in the nulliparous, and ill defined and margin, that is wrinkled in the parous. Thank you very much.